Recently, I've encountered a problem where carrying my Nintendo Switch around with me everywhere has become quite the hassle. I gotta haul around a controller, the dock, the Switch itself, all the cables. It's just not worth it. I need a small, easy way to play Nintendo games on the go. Unfortunately, I've been searching all day, but YouTube doesn't seem to have a single answer. Hang on. I found one. You're getting tired of hauling around your big Nintendo console? Well, you're in luck. I got something small and portable. Small and portable? All your gaming Nintendo needs are right here on your phone. We got Mario, Fire Emblem, right here. Right here! So stop wasting your time on a Nintendo Switch. Just use your phone. Nintendo has an amazing library of games, and I'm not going to name them because I guarantee you already know them. But with that wonderful catalog, Nintendo always follows a rule. That being, Nintendo games stay on Nintendo hardware. They're pretty strict about that, and it does work out for them in the end typically. But there are very rare times where they step out of the Nintendo comfort zone. Now, you won't see Mario on the PS5 or Zelda on the Xbox, but Nintendo likes to reach a wide variety of people, ranging from casual to dedicated. And in 2016, Nintendo did the unthinkable and targeted Whew. Thank goodness that was just a dream. I can't deny it, you can't deny it, mobile gaming is one of the biggest markets in the video game industry. Not because of amazing game libraries like the Wii or say the PS4, no, because of games like Wordle, Candy Crush, and Angry Birds. A better term for it is junk food gaming. These are games that you can play and enjoy for just around 30 seconds to 10 minutes, whatever suits you at the time. Games with content so easy to grasp, anyone can play it from all ages, and that's not really a bad thing, no. Yes, these definitely vary in quality, but nowadays, to me, this is unknown territory. Now, I grew up in the early 2000s, so obviously there was a time I dove headfirst into the depths of the App Store. But it's been a while and I've seen the current state of mobile gaming, so I typically stay clear and let it run its course. Now, over the years, people always talked about Nintendo games on the phone, but it was always just a pipe dream. That is until 2016. Holy sh! For years, Nintendo was strictly against developing mobile games, even saying things like if Nintendo developed for mobile hardware, they simply wouldn't be Nintendo anymore. Yeah, well, that was before. Nintendo was having a tough time in this era because, as we all know, the Wii U wasn't great. So what'd they do? Let's go! Well, think about it. Could you really blame them? They needed the money and, well, the mobile gaming market was booming. So the year 2016 rolled around and Nintendo released their first mobile game. So for their first mobile game, you'd expect them to drop something like Mario to start off with a bang, right? That's not Mario! I bet you're wondering, what on earth is a Miitomo? Well, on March 17, 2016, Miitomo released. It was a strange little social networking game where you'd connect with your friends, answer questions, take pictures, and change your outfits, all with the classic Mii characters. You know, from the Wii. I will say there was a nice charm to this. You could decorate your room, send your friend little messages and questions, and keep your Mii happy. While Miitomo wasn't much more than that, I still enjoyed it. 2 years after launch, Nintendo discontinued and shut down Miitomo. Well, there's probably a couple reasons why this shut down, but the game did start to loop after you played it daily like you were supposed to, and I don't think it was as popular as Nintendo had hoped. So, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot to say about Miitomo because it's gone, and I don't remember it that well. But Miitomo was about to get overshadowed by something much larger. Super Mario was finally coming to the phone. Now, this was a huge deal. Not only for the fact that Mario's stepping out of Nintendo hardware, but I mean, it's Mario on the phone. As I said before, Mario on the phone was just a pipe dream, but now it was becoming a reality. And Nintendo knew that this was a big deal because they advertised the heck out of this thing. They showed it off at the big Apple presentation. They showed it off on Jimmy Fallon, and the ads for this was everywhere. I can remember very clearly going to see a movie and like 3 of the ads beforehand were for Mario Run. The advertising was incredible. It seemed like Nintendo was pulling out everything they could just so the world knew that Mario was hopping onto mobile devices in 2016. And honestly, the advertising worked. It was looking great. A whole Mario adventure on the phone? This was going to let Mario reach a much wider audience than he already does. It couldn't get any better than this. So, when you think of mobile games, you typically think free, easy games to pick up riddled with microtransactions. Well, Mario Run lets you play the first couple levels for free, then it locks the rest of the game behind a $10 paywall. And if you're a Nintendo fan like me, you were probably thinking at the time, man, $10 for a whole 6-world Mario game? Sign me up! But step back and look at it from an average buyer's perspective. $10 for a mobile game? Honestly, that's just outrageous. Not to mention you need an internet connection to play this game at all times, which is kind of really stupid to me. Like, there's online components, sure, but a majority of this game should be able to play offline. So requiring the game to have persistent online access is just frustrating and a lot less accessible. While the game itself is good, and I'll get more into it in a second, but Mario Run was met with pretty negative reviews, all boiling down to the $10 price point. It just kind of showed that Nintendo really didn't understand the mobile market at the time, and to be fair, they were pretty new to it. But I think honestly the game would have done much better if it was $1 or $2. Sure, it isn't the hefty $10 Nintendo wanted, but at least you'd make more overall sales in the end, right? But to me, this was still Mario on the phone. I paid that $10 almost instantly. So, what is Super Mario Run? Well, Nintendo wanted it to feel like a more user-friendly experience. Even though Mario's the most user-friendly video game on the planet, it's an auto-running side-scroller. Think your typical Mario game, but Mario doesn't stop. All you have to do is jump here, because Mario's gonna do all the running on his own. While you'd expect this to be kinda boring, it's pretty enjoyable for a mobile game. Mario works just how you'd expect him to, and the levels are all designed really well. To go with that, there are 3 different game modes: Tour, Rally, and Remix 10. Tour is just your typical adventure. Go save Princess Peach. Exactly what you want and expect. But Rally, on the other hand, is a game mode where you play against online players' previous scores and try to pull off cool moves and collect coins. If you perform well, you gather a crowd of toads who will then come back to your Mushroom Kingdom. Each player has their own little toad town that they can build from the ground up. The more toads you bring home, the more customization options you get. I do like this feature a lot. It's a fun game mode. But that brings us to our third and final game mode, Remix 10. Remix 10 was a future update that lets you play through 10 really short level groups over and over on a quest to save Princess Daisy. What's fun about Remix 10 is you can use your own music that you have saved on your phone instead of the background Mario music. So the game will play and all the sound effects will go, but you'll listen to your music instead and the Mario characters put on fun little headphones. You can get some funny little combinations here. I've played way too much Mario Run, and I can honestly admit that, but I do really enjoy it. It's a really fun mobile game, but that's probably because I'm biased. I do genuinely believe there's a good time to have here, just not for $10. So Mario Run wasn't really the success that Nintendo wanted it to be. So of all of their franchises, what could they put on mobile next? Surely it won't be Fire Emblem. So, Fire Emblem. What do I know about Fire Emblem? Look, it's not because it's bad, no. I'm sure this is a good game series. It's just Fire Emblem isn't typically my type of game. But that doesn't matter because on February 2017, I would attempt to play my first Fire Emblem game. Yeah, you heard me. The mobile one was my first Fire Emblem game. Anywho, I downloaded the game because Nintendo learned from their mistakes and made it free this time. So I downloaded it, I played it, and what do you think it made me feel? I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm probably the wrong person to talk about this, but I'm gonna do my absolute best.
Let's be real here. This guy has no idea what he's even talking about, let alone Fire Emblem. Allow me to take over, for it is I, the Fire Emblem gremlin that lives in the one-up guy's basement. All the RPGs this guy ever talks about are the Mario ones, but not today. Now, it is my turn to shine. Fire Emblem Heroes released February 2nd, 2017, and it's been going on ever since. The game is pretty much a bite-sized Fire Emblem game that you can just pick up and play wherever you're on the go. It has the weapon triangle and all the fun unit types from across the series that you know and love. Probably. You command 4 units into battle that can range across all the Fire Emblem universe to fight against random nameless mages or other heroes that want to kill you for some reason. If you've never played a Fire Emblem game, think of it like chess, but with anime and dragons. You move a hero to an enemy and they either kill it or die, and then you win. Pretty simple formula that honestly works great for the mobile devices, whether you're on the go,
Hey,
you're on the bus.
who let you out of your prison? You get back in there.
No, please wait! I haven't even talked about the gacha mechanic or the events. Don't put me back in!
Well, that takes care of that. So, in 2017, Nintendo decided to drop their next mobile game, that being Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Now, on the surface, Animal Crossing on the phone sounds like it could work. In reality, I mean, it's fine, sure. It does the job. You got all your classic Animal Crossing needs, like house decorating, outfits, and talking to villagers. But, I don't know. The best way I can sum up playing this game is... it feels like there's a lot to do, but when you get down to doing it, there really isn't anything to do at all. It's filled with overwhelming menus, and this might just be because I haven't touched the game since launch, but there's too much going on, while at the same time, not a thing. But this game is very notable for a specific reason, and that is the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp monthly subscription. With multiple options, the subscription comes with different things, whether it be outfits, more tickets, or your choice of villager companions. For 99 cents a month, you can get the Merry Memories plan. For $2.99 a month, you can get the Happy Helpers plan. And finally, the Furniture and Fashion plan for $7.99 a month. I can get Hulu for the same price as that. And it's like, who buys this stuff? But obviously, a decent amount of people because Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is still alive and getting updates. It's outlived multiple games that released after it did. In the end though, it all really boils down to, I don't like Pocket Camp. It's not for me. When I play a mobile game, I want it to be easy in and out gameplay. Like boot it up, play for a minute, and go. Pocket Camp has too much going on for that, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it works. It functions, and it does what people want it to do. Anywho, in 2018, Nintendo released yet another mobile game, this time with a little help from Psy Games, and this is how the world was introduced to Dragalia Lost. So, I'm gonna be honest, from announcement to now, I did not know this was a Nintendo game. I mean, I know it's not fully Nintendo, but I didn't play any of this. I've never seen any gameplay footage. I've never touched it. I don't know what a Dragalia Lost is. I do know it's been shut down, so I never will get to know what a Dragalia Lost is. That doesn't bother me that much. I really don't care. This game was not for me. I could tell. And that's what we're going to end it with. So to me, it looks like the Dragalia was actually lost. Well, Nintendo wasn't quite done with the mobile market just yet. In 2019, they dropped yet another mobile game, only this time in partnership with Line. Dr. Mario World. And to me, Dr. Mario on the phone sounded like it could be a good idea. So, it would have been, but have you ever played one of those mobile games where it lets you play 5 rounds and then tells you to wait another 6 hours to play it again? Well, that's Dr. Mario World. So the premise here is a plague hits the Mushroom Kingdom and everyone who's not sick gets handed an MD and is told to go nuts. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Imagine walking into the operation room and seeing this. Oh no, look at them, they can't even stand up straight. They're gonna kill me! The game is filled to the brim with clever puzzles and challenging sections for a fun single-player mode. And it also has a competitive online mode, which if you ask me, is pretty fun. While the overall game is less like Dr. Mario and more like Dr. Mario Virus Buster, It's a fun time overall. Sure, it may be near impossible to get the characters you want without paying real money, and sure, you couldn't play this game too much due to the heart limit, which means you can only play like 5 rounds a day, but there was an overall charm to this game. Oh, come on! But in the end, it didn't really matter a whole lot because it was overshadowed by something that was ultimately bigger. Nintendo's biggest racing game was zooming to the phone, and it looked incredible. It was time for Mario Kart to go portable. Well, on the phone, I mean, it's already portable. Anyway, on the surface, this is a big deal, but when you really get into it, this was a massive deal. And let me sum it up for you. In high school, everyone knew me as the kid that was unhealthily obsessed with Nintendo games. And I was fine with that, but most of the more popular kids didn't really talk to me because they assumed we had nothing in common, which we probably didn't. Well, when Mario Kart Tour released and the new popular thing was to play Mario Kart on your phone, guess who climbed their way back up the social totem pole? Due to Mario Kart Tour being a score-based game, anytime someone wanted a higher score, they'd hand me their phone because I could get them that score. Then they would go back and lie to their friends and say they did it. While Mario Kart Tour was popular, the big-name kids would invite me to their lunch tables, parties, and even sporting events just because I was good at Mario Kart. But then Mario Kart Tour's popularity died soon after launch, taking me down with it, and it died due to one simple reason. This was a Mario Kart game. You know, one of the best multiplayer games out there that you couldn't play with other people. Now, sure, they did say it would get multiplayer eventually, but that wasn't good enough. You can't launch a multiplayer-based game without multiplayer and expect people to stick around. When multiplayer finally released, the game's 15 minutes of fame were 7 months in the past. But I've been playing since the start, and as for the game itself, it's alright. The controls are kind of what you'd expect. They're not the smoothest, but they work. But my biggest problem with this game is your goal isn't really racing anymore, it's getting the highest score. Like doing tricks gives you points, hitting opponents with items gives you points, and stuff like that. And while it's kind of fun, I wish they just had normal racing, even as just an option here. But the big deal with this one is there's so many characters and outfits for different characters. Why is that a big deal, you might be thinking? Well, originally Mario Kart Tour had its own gacha mechanics where you use rubies, which you can either get by winning weekly tournaments or paying real money, to unlock said characters. But there's a 15% chance that you'll get that character, which obviously was to keep you paying. And while eventually they did get rid of the luck mechanics, they never got rid of the Mario Kart Tour subscription service, which was $5 every 2 weeks for stupid in-game rewards. Who would pay that much for that? So even with multiplayer, Mario Kart Tour was essentially just a Nintendo goldmine. And in the end, there was some charm to Mario Kart Tour. It was kind of cool. You could play new tracks or classic tracks every 2 weeks. They would update it, add new characters, new maps. There was some passion here. Oh wait, that's right, they're killing that too. So Mario Kart Tour is no longer going to receive updates. It will still be playable for now, but I give it a year and it'll shut down too. And just about when we thought Nintendo was done with mobile games, they dropped one more. Nintendo's experience in the mobile market is weird to say the least. Sure, there's a variety of titles here. We got racing games, platformers, strategy games, puzzle games, and even life simulators. And you could tell the more games they released, the more they understood the market. For example, instead of paying $10 to access the whole game, they let you play the future ones for free. They just filled it to the brim with microtransactions. Which, if you really think about it, is 90% of the mobile market. Mediocre games stocked full of microtransactions to keep your wallet busy. And while these games have a Nintendo essence to them, they'll never reach the level of quality and charm a normal Nintendo console game has to offer. So, gaming on my phone was a mistake. I should never have thrown out my Nintendo Switch because it's all I can think about. I can't get the normal Nintendo experience on my phone. Mario Run's not gonna give me that. It's too late now. The garbage was picked up yesterday. The console's gone. You know, If I ever saw that guy who made that stupid video, I sure would give him a piece of my mind. But what are the chances of that, right? I don't know. I'm gonna go take a walk to clear my head. Hopefully that'll help. It's you, the guy from the Nintendo mobile ad.
You're a fan. You like the ad?
No, I didn't like the ad. In fact, I hate you! No, I don't like the ad. In fact, I hate you.